Hey everybody, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we are looking at 2016's Iron Man 4. Captain America's Civil War. That's what they called this one. The next installment in the ever-expanding Marvel universe of movies. I'm going to start off by saying that I did enjoy this film. I had fun watching it, although as I talk it may sound in some ways that I did not enjoy it, but I did. I think this is a step forward from where we were with Age of Ultron, which I felt was a bit of a downward turn for the Marvel Universe. Not that it was a terrible movie, it just didn't hit on all cylinders. And this one does a little better. It's still not a great movie, but I still enjoyed it. I think part of what makes this movie enjoyable is you have some great performances by some of the new characters they introduced. Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther is fantastic. I love seeing Black Panther. I was kind of looking forward to a solo movie for Black Panther, and now having seen the way that Boseman handles the character and seeing the way that at least it seems like they're going to be taking the character, I'm really looking forward to that movie now. I also like the introduction of Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man back in the Marvel universe where he belongs, I think. And they go with a much younger Spider-Man, and I think they do it really well. Although, should I be attracted to Aunt May? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Marissa Tomei as an actress, and I also think she's very attractive. And I don't know if I should feel an attraction to Aunt May. That's never a character where I felt there should be that. But then again, we're talking about a fictional character. Should I be attracted to fictional characters in the first place? But that's a discussion for another time. So you have Spider-Man back. The way they bring him in is a little weird, but I'm not, that's neither here nor there. He's here, and he looks pretty good in the movie. I like the way they handle the character. Now, some of the characters, I'm not quite sure how I felt they handled. Vision, I mean, I like the character. I've always liked the character, both Vision and Scarlet Witch. And they do some things, I think, right with the characters, but in some ways, I think they just mishandle the characters. When you look at just these Avengers, because there's no Thor in here, there's no Hulk, Vision and Scarlet Witch are, as we were talking at work the other day, they're playing with the cheat codes on. They God mode enabled. Yet it seems that they're really, really reined in during some of the action scenes, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. And it's this thing I have with a lot of comics in general, is you have such varying degrees of power at times that they need to either dumb down the really powerful ones or beef up the less powerful ones. I also feel that some of the stuff, I said I was going to be spoilery, but I'm a little bit, is that I just feel that the conflict was a little forced. And I think it could have been handled better. I think the way they handled Zemo in this was a bit lacking. He's there, but I just, I'm missing having a really good villain. And I think I'm spoiled by some of the Marvel TV, where, I mean, Kingpin and Daredevil is done so incredibly well. And I know it's hard to compare an ongoing series that has many more hours to develop characters than a movie does, but I miss having a really good villain. I mean, Loki, I think, was a well-developed and good villain, and we aren't getting that anymore, where it focuses so much on the heroes and their own angsty bullshit that we don't get a really good villain, because it's just constantly more about the heroes and the heroes and the heroes. And I mean, I understand it's Captain America's movie, but is it? I mean, Iron Man, I think, has more screen time than he does. At least it feels that way to me. And again, with an ensemble cast like this, you have so many characters that, yes, I enjoyed the introduction of Black Panther, and yes, I enjoyed the introduction of Spider-Man into this, but then you throw in, you have Vision and Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye's back, and Black Widow, Captain America, and Bucky, and just so many people that people get shortchanged. Some of the heroes get shortchanged, and that happens when you have so much going on, which is why I think in general I tend to like the solo hero movies. I like Thor and the Iron Man movies more by themselves than I do the ensemble cast for the most part. I mean, I liked the original Avengers, but I think a big part of that was because of Loki and the way he was developed. And even that was a smaller crew than what you have here. You have so many people because you also have Ant-Man, and you have, and so many people that a lot of stuff gets lost. Um, I could go on and on about different little nitpicky things that I have as far as the movie goes, but yes, I can deconstruct a movie all day long, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I mean, I had my popcorn, I had my soda, I sat in a theater full of people that from what I could tell, were enjoying it as well, and I sat back and I just enjoyed a comic book movie, which is what I get. I get a comic book movie. I don't get a great movie. I don't. I get an enjoyable comic book film. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, boy, I hadn't even thought of putting it on a scale of 1 to 10, but it's kind of on the lines of, you've been waiting for something for a while, and when you finally get it, no matter how excited you are to get it, there is that you've built it up so much in your head that it's nothing will quite live up to it. And that's kind of how I'm starting to be with comic book films, is that, and I try to temper my excitement for things, but it's just, there's so much going on now that nothing can meet expectations that I've somehow set in my mind. And in a way, that's my fault, but I think also it's in a way it's the fault of the studio and the way that they're taking the franchises. They give you these characters that I grew up on these people. I loved a lot of these characters back when I was a kid, and I was never super heavy into comics, but I still enjoyed the characters. I knew who Thor was and Iron Man. I knew who all those guys were even before I was really reading comics. I had heard of them. I knew them. Spider-Man, I watched the cartoons, and DC, there was the Batman TV series and all that stuff. So I was invested in these characters a lot, and you have people who will unquestionably love everything, just because that's what they do, and there's nothing wrong with that per se. And there's people who will be upset no matter what happens, and again, to a degree, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you can give reasons as to why you didn't or didn't like things. And I try to do that. I used to be the nerd rage guy who'd be like, oh, but in issue 17, I don't want to be that guy. Anyways, I'm getting way off track, but I think it's a good, enjoyable film. Sit back, have some popcorn, have a soda or a beer. I'm not going to judge. Have a couple beers. Maybe being drunk will make it even more fun. And just, enjoy being a kid for a couple hours, watching, superpowered people punching each other a lot, and making some wisecracks. So, that's all I've got for this one. Until next time, stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.